Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy International Jamaican. Welcome to my vlog. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about, is George Lopez racist? Now, I come to the conclusion, or I feel George Lopez is not racist, or at least from what I've seen on the video, he's not racist. He's a comedian, so he's doing what he does best, creating controversy, making people laugh. When I seen that lady kind of, get up and try to stab to George Lopez, I'm like, what is she doing? Obviously, you're in a comedy show. You gotta expect to be, picked on or haggled on. They're gonna crack jokes on you, especially if you're in the front row. I mean, that's just how it goes, right? So she can't bring her emotions there. She try to stand up, flip the bird, give him the middle finger, tell him whatever, whatnot. But she tried to bring her black emotions to his comedy show, which makes absolutely no sense. Black people, at the same time, black people too were guilty of making fun of all sorts of other cultures, races, everybody from ourselves to Asian. I don't actually hear too many Indian jokes, but yeah, Asian, Latino for sure. We always crack on them. White people, we have a ton of jokes for them. So, if we can dish out, then we got to be able to take it too. That's just how I feel. What I find sometimes with black emotions, because we're so wound up with all the media and the negative outlook on us, I feel sometimes we try to bring our emotions in the wrong places. I can give you an example from me one time. I knew an Asian friend. He was rapping Big L, and he said the word nigga in one of Big L's rhymes. And I tried to stop him and I said, whoa, 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 easy there, buddy, because it's kind of hard on my ears at that point. And he said, he came to me and he was like, basically, all his idols were black, all his favorite rappers were black, and he started to even say, how come you, as a black, can say it, and when I say it, it becomes a problem. And I really had to sit down and take it in, and it's the truth. I mean, we can't be putting out all these, saying nigga and all these type of negative connotations towards us, and then expect other groups not to use it. You know what I mean? We do know, or the history goes, that nigga was something negative back in the day, used in slavery. But then, a lot of more information's come out to find that, I mean, in Spanish, for instance, negro is the color black. So, like, and if someone got called Negro today, even now in English, even in Canada right now, if someone would say, oh, the Negro, like, oh, that word's racist. But then at the end of the day, Negro means black. So it's like, where is this such a thin line? It's such a thin line to walk. And, it becomes, some people are really, it's really deep down in their heart with these type of things. So I don't feel we can always justify getting angry. Especially different groups. I mean, sometimes I think whites may use it, but even then, basically what I'm trying to say is, just because someone uses the word nigga does not mean they have the power of actual racism, due to racism is the control of resources and to be able to control a specific group of people. And so a white bigot, white trash saying nigga, he's just an idiot. Like, you know what I mean? He doesn't control whether you go to work or not. He doesn't control your resources. You probably never see him again. So, I mean, he call you nigga, you can call him cracker, honky, whatever, whatnot. And you guys are just two people in a verbal war, and he does not affect. Sorry, video got cut off. Like I was saying, two people yelling racial slurs at each other. I mean, it is what it is. We're gonna have to, you're gonna have to take it with a grain of salt. People are ignorant. Obviously, if it was your boss or something, and I can give you another example. Back when I was a little bit younger, I used to be into auto detailing, and I went to a shop to go work, and obviously, like, white trash. And first 2 days I went in there, and they were like, yeah, buddy, we had another black guy that used to work here, and we used to call him my nigger, and he never mind. And straight away I told him, yeah, well, you're not calling me that, you know what I mean? Like, that's racist, right? He's your boss. and he's trying to, use the word nigga as if you and him are cool on that type of level, and no, I just wouldn't. I wouldn't allow that. So I can see in certain instances where these type of things, and that now we have to be careful, because there are that white person like that. Now you have to be careful because he's a lower class white, and I guess like his daughter's married to a black man. You know what I mean? Those type of white guys, like his daughter's married to a black man, and then he's there trying to tell me that I should allow him to call me nigger. No, you can't. You know what I mean? Like, no. So there are certain instances, but then then again, we have a really different history with the whites. I see a lot of blacks right now saying that the Mexicans, they're taking black people's jobs, and they're the ones that are causing racial issues in America, and this basically displacing blacks. But what blacks need to realize is white people are going to use any group to succeed. So if the blacks don't want to do a certain job, then obviously they're going to try to bring in Mexicans, either legal or illegal, to outplace blacks. You know what I mean? Because blacks have a specific history with the whites, and as you can see right now, whites don't even really need us or want us around. So obviously they're going to bring in another group that's in a desperate situation, have them, I hear a lot, like, you see Mexicans in places like that used to be predominantly black, like in LA and stuff like that. But that is just, we need to defend that better as a group. Black people aren't defending anything, you know what I mean? Had this lady not been so emotionally wound up, and she went there and they said that little black joke, she wouldn't have cared. But she's already went there with her emotion, with her black emotions basically in her heart, and then he said one little joke and she tried to flip out on him. So at the end of the day, blacks, we need to really understand what racism is. It is there, obviously. I don't think in this instance George Lopez is racist. A little side note, like a little fact. Obviously Latin America, the whole of Latin America is racist. It has a long history of racism. I mean, just look back from Christopher Columbus, and when those are the first type of people to subjugate Africans and bring them to Americas. And the first African, or the first black people even to come to America, they didn't come from Africa, they came from Spain. So we need to understand when he's saying, black people actually maybe need to listen to and understand why. And I've had a black girlfriend or a Spanish girlfriend, and if you meet the mom, they kind of look at you funny in the beginning, but that's because in their homeland, black people, are without job, the poorest in the ghetto, you know what I mean? So we need to understand that this is a global problem, and just someone calling you nigga, and in Latin America it's worse, because they'll tell you straight to your face some type of racial stuff. So at the end of the day, it was a joke. I think he's smart enough to realize that he's I don't think he's dumb enough to just put himself out there and try to make fun of black people like that, or try to disrespect black people. I'm sure some of his good friends are black. Black people need not be concerned with people yelling derogatory words all the time. What we should be more concerned with is our own communities, our own economic situations, and how we're gonna make a strong community for ourselves. So when next time someone calls us blackie, negro, whatever, whatnot, we didn't even think about it. We say yeah, and we taken off in a nice car. We have a nice home to go to, and not a shitty community to go home to, and a white boss that sees us as just another subjugated African working for pennies, basically. So with that being said, like the page, follow the vlog. I need to keep up with the posts. Been really busy as of lately, but you know how it goes. So thanks for tuning in. Peace.